If everybody would please stand and join me in singing My Country 'Tis of Thee, the pledge, and the invocation today given by Dick Gross.
My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. Of thee I sing, and where my fathers died, land of the pillars bright, from every mountain side, let freedom reign. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dick. Most gracious Heavenly Father, let us thank you for the many blessings you have given us. Protect us from the storm that is stirring up and those that are in its path. Bless those that are less fortunate than we are and unable to enjoy it. Bless this food to the nourishment of our bodies, and our bodies to your service. In your most holy and precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen. You may be seated. Enjoy the next few minutes networking with your fellow Kiwanis, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We hope you enjoyed your lunch. We hope you enjoyed the networking going on at your table. At this time, I'd like to call up Dave Grantham to introduce our guests.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Another rainy day on Tuesday. Is that my good side? Yeah. Okay. All right. I got a couple of guests today. Welcome to everybody. Brett Pollock has Brian Royer. Please stand, Royer. Andy Miner has Dr. Chris Davis. Hey, Chris. Dawn promised she'd help me with this one. So Dawn Stanhope has Sandra, and I'm going to turn it over to you on the rest of it and to indicate what she does for your group.
Come up here. Since we're on TV.
I didn't tell her this part.
It's a secret.
Oh, okay. Thank goodness I'm not shy, so. This is Sandra Vega Pachetti, and she is our new graduation and career coach at the Boys and Girls Club. And when I saw today's program, I was like, you must come with me. So welcome, Sandra. And thank you.
And I'm probably out of line here, but Zoe Mercer is here from the satellite. So welcome to everybody. Hope you can come back and see us.
Okay, I don't see Tom here today for our interesting video of the week, so we'll continue to move right along. Just a reminder that if you're coming to the Veterans Day program, go online and register that you're coming and put any of your guests in there as well. John, Vita, and Christy, did you want to talk about the resolution? Or you want to do that next week? I didn't see him. Okay, we'll do that next week. All right. Dennis, you want to come up and talk about the next interclub we have coming up?
Yeah, I just wanted to get up here and announce that the Interclub Committee is going to be holding a interclub. We're going to be having the Manatee Sunrise Club, which meets over in Palmetto, and everybody should be maybe familiar with Dee's restaurant over there on 10th Avenue. The actual address is 423 10th Avenue West, which is right between 4th and 5th Street there. We're going to be meeting at 7 in the morning. I think their actual meeting starts at 7:15, but I'll try to get there a little early. So if you're interested in joining everybody at this meeting, please see me at the desk in the back after the meeting. I'll get you signed up.
Don't forget, we encourage all our new members, actually new members do have to make at least one interclub, so don't forget to schedule your interclub. Mac's on vacation, believe it or not, so if the back table looks a little strange, yeah, Mac's gone for about 3 weeks. But knowing the efficiency of Mac, he's prepared me for the next 3 weeks that he's gone. So today is National Just Because Day, and he wanted me to let you know that, you know, we live in a society that's kind of strict, and we must conform to rules, but today we just throw that out the window. So just because you can do whatever you want to do, wear whatever you want to wear, make sure your socks don't match, those type of things. So just because. All right, to get into our speaker today, I'm going to call up Mike McCoy to introduce him.
Why is the day half over before I find out it's just because day? I mean, what the heck? I'm already dressed. My socks match.
You didn't get the memo from Matt.
So boring. Well, this community is blessed because it seems to attract top talent. I'm talking international, worldwide top talent, and that's who we're bringing to you today. I have the pleasure of meeting Greg Matthews a few weeks ago, and I was just immediately thought, we've got to have Greg Matthews speak at our club. And you guys are in for a treat today. He is the founder and senior partner of Matthews Associates, the management consultants in human resources, communications, and project management. Greg has over 30 years of management experience in the public and private sectors, including 6 years living abroad as an expatriate in Tokyo and Singapore. He's retired from the American Express Company as a senior vice president of global resources and also global vice president for global resources for the Stored Value Group, a $25 billion based company in Salt Lake City. I usually outlive these things, and it's much more smoother than when I'm reading it. I apologize, but this stuff is so important. I want to make sure I get it right. But I'll tell you, international experience. Greg was with American Express as a senior vice president, overseeing several of the Japanese and East Asian regions. He was also senior vice president with A&P Tea Company and several others. He's been deeply involved in the community in which he's lived, and some of his volunteer and civic activities include the Tokyo Chamber of Commerce, the Distinguished Speakers Series at Howard University and Guardian ad litem, Ballet West of Utah, New York, Associated Black Charities, Keene University Foundation, Newark Art Museum, Chair of the Montclair, New Jersey Parking Authority, Vice Chair of the Mountainside Hospital Foundation in Montclair, New Jersey, Executive Committee of the Ringling Art College and Museum, and he's chaired his church building committee that raised over $1 million and completed a project on time and within budget. Today, he's here to talk to us in this capacity as a Sire Archon of the Gamma Xi Boule of Sigma Pi Phi fraternity, which is the oldest African-American Greek letter fraternity in the United States. So please, a warm Kiwanis welcome to Greg Matthews. You guys are in for a treat, I promise. I'm in Toastmasters. They said never leave the podium unmanned. If you're wondering why I'm still here.
Unmanned. Mike, thanks a lot. Really appreciate it. You did a fine job.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
You can tell I was a Toastmaster.
As far as I'm concerned, you can tell the Toastmasters you did an A1 job. Oh, well, Charles is my friend. Charles, could you kind of just blank that part out? No, it's really a pleasure to be here. Mike, thanks a lot. Brett, it's a pleasure meeting you. And it's really so nice to meet and see so many people I know. So some of you are friends and some of you are new faces, but it's really just great to be here. When I met Mike and Mike invited me to come, it was truly an opportunity I thought that was just something we couldn't pass up as an organization, nor I as a person. I shared it with our executive committee, and they were as excited as I am to be here. So thanks again. And I'm going to be mindful of my time. So sometimes my wife says two things. You use your hands a lot, and you talk too much. I may use my hands, but I promise I'll keep it where it should be. Before I talk to you about the things that we do in our fraternity and how we focus on young people, I think it would be helpful just to give you a bit of background about our organization. As Mike said, the Sigma Pi Phi fraternity is the oldest African-American Greek letter fraternity in the United States. It was started, we celebrated our 115th anniversary this year, and it was started by 6 men, professionals, a doctor, attorney, and dentist in Philadelphia, and it began as a result of the practice of exclusion. They could not do in some of the things, go some of the places that their white counterparts went. So they said, okay, we've got a solution for that. Why don't we form an organization where we can get to know other people like us and begin to do things that others do? Well, that was in 1904. Since then, the organization has grown to 5,000 members in 140 chapters, or what we call Boules, and that's here in the United States. We have members in the United Kingdom in London and also in the Caribbean. The chapter here in Sarasota and Manatee was formed in 1995, so we're coming up on our silver anniversary next year. And we have 51 members. Now, who are we and what do we do? We actually focus on promoting excellence in education and youth development for underserved students and youngsters in the Sarasota and Manatee County areas. And we do that through something we call our Journey to Success. Now, each of you, or most of you, I have some more in the back, have a pamphlet or folder like this. And inside of that folder is information about our organization. You'll find a, pardon me, you'll find a brochure that looks like this, Journey to Success. Inside are the programs that we have that are part of our Journey to Success highway. And it began with a summer program in conjunction with the Career Source Suncoast about almost 6 years ago, where we had 50 kids ages 14 through 19 in lower socioeconomic categories to come together for 6 weeks, and we began to talk to them about career planning, life skill choices, helping them to try and think through making decisions that would not take them down the wrong path. We talked to them about financial literacy. We took them on trips, field trips, so that to give them some exposure to places they perhaps had never been. We had a field trip to SRQ. Many kids had never been on a plane, obviously, and some never been to the airport. And the airport was kind enough to arrange for them to meet with some of the air traffic controllers, talk to them, some of the folks in security, talk to some of the reservation clerks there. So it was a true experience. We also had them go out on a site for Habitat to Humanity. So they got a sense of what people do to help other people. And we had people coming in to talk about career opportunities. We had people talking about leadership skills, building confidence, helping to motivate them, talking about things like medicine, medical-related careers. We had them talking to an EMT group. And since that program began, we've probably, I think it's about a little over 200 kids have been through that program, the summer program. We have another milestone in our Journey to Success program called the Speaker Series. Every month, I guess we started this about almost 3 years ago. Every month, we have members of our fraternity, people like yourselves, professionals in the local community, individuals who are doctors. We have the military. We've had people from PNC Wealth Management come in and speak to 10th through 12th graders, trying to expose them to different career opportunities, career planning, things that will help them make, again, better life choices, to prepare them for the future. And that program is once a week, or rather once a month, all day, where we have the kids for the entire day. Dr. Rachel Shelley at Booker High School felt the program was so successful that she asked if we could do it for her 9th graders. So we said, sure, we'd love to do it. So now we have a program that we created called College or Careers and You. All 9th graders are required to take that course. And we have all the 9th graders come in, and we do the same thing with them as we do with the speaker series for the upperclassmen. The difference is we also include other kinds of careers, not just college careers, but because everybody's not going to college. College is not for everyone. So we have people coming in talking about positions in health, but the technician type positions, because they're always going to need people to do those kind of jobs, radiologists and others. We've had people come in to talk about careers in construction and the building trades. Again, very good paying jobs, very good careers, and you don't need a college degree. And if you do a good job, you can actually become an entrepreneur because you can open your own business as a plumber, electrician, or whatever. So that program we started, and so all 9th graders there now have to go through that program, and it's become a success. Another of our milestones of the Journey to Success is the student internship program. We began that in 2016, and we thought about it in terms of how can we give these kids a real work-life experience opportunity. So we sat down, scratched our heads, and came up with an internship program. And we ran it by the Sarasota Board of Ed. They approved it. And we went out and began to recruit local employers. Well, since we started in 2016, the Sarasota Police Department, the Herald Tribune Media Group, Sarasota Memorial Hospital, the Mullet Aluminum Company, the West Coast Black Theater Troupe, and I see somebody here who is going to be another one of our partners, too, Susie and Carrie here with USF, and Susie with Manatee Community Foundation. We've had partners including Permoit and Martin Insurance in Sarasota, and the Boyd Insurance Company here in Manatee. So all in all, we've had 14 sponsored interns. Now, one of the differences is we pay these interns $10 an hour. They can work between 10 and 15 hours a week per the school board. And our foundation, our 501c3, pays 50% of the students' costs. So when I thought about it, I said, how do we make this hard for people to say no? I said, why don't we pay for part of it? And when I sat down with Chief DePino, she and I are both from Baltimore, I proposed $8.50 an hour. She said, oh, come on, Greg, make it 10. And I thought about it. I said, okay, fine, because when you think about it, it's still, each party's portion is still less than the minimum wage. And we did that, and we began to attract local employers who were interested in participating. So we've had 14 student interns to participate in the program thus far. And it's a very structured program, and I need to say that because it's not just have a kid come in, sit down and go get coffee, go do this, that, the other, make copies. Before we actually even send out the youngsters, we have a 2-hour business etiquette workshop for them. It's a requirement. We teach them how to write resumes, how to interview, how to dress for success, how to comport themselves once they're on the job. We have performance appraisals built into the process. There's a midterm that the supervisor must do with the student, and there's a final evaluation that they must do, and we evaluate that on the back end. So it's a very structured program. And you each have one of our newsletters. This is our most current newsletter. And on the cover is a young lady who was an intern at Sarasota Memorial Hospital. When she graduated high school, and that was just this year, the hospital offered her a full-time job. So again, it's real world experience, and it works. And the kids love it. The employers love it. And at the same time, we're building character with the youngsters. We offer a scholarship program. We give $16,000 scholarships, payable over 4 years, $4,000 a year, and the youngsters must maintain their academic standards. In May, we passed out 3 $16,000 scholarships. We had over 50 kids apply. Our selection committee whittled that down and made such selection of 3 kids. 2 are going to school here in Florida. 1 is going to Washington, D.C. at Howard University. So we then provide ongoing guidance and support for those scholarship recipients because we want this to be a win-win for everybody. And sometimes when kids get away from school, you remember how it was when you were, right? Yeah. So we don't want that to happen. Now, as I mentioned, we have a 501c3, and that's how we fund our Journey to Success programs. We find that we have to fund it some way, and we do it through member contributions. We're also part of the Giving Challenge of the Community Foundation of Sarasota, thanks to you know who when you were there. And that's been very fortuitous to us because we're in the Giving Partner, we're one of the Giving Challenge partners, and we keep that updated so everybody knows what we're doing. We have a strategic plan, we have a fundraising plan. So we have all of the things in place that are necessary to be eligible. And we've set goals for the past 2 years. We've been a part of it, and we've exceeded those goals in terms of fundraising from the public. So that's one way. And then, of course, we have what we call our signature event, our signature fundraiser. It's called a Valentine at the Ritz. You have in your packet something that looks like this. It's an invitation to our 3rd Valentine at the Ritz. It's a black tie gala dinner dance with live entertainment at the Ritz-Carlton, and we generally have between 450 to 500 guests. And Charles here has been a partner with us for the past 2, and he's there videotaping the entire event. And if you go on our website, which is on that card, you can actually see some of the footage from past events and the fun that everybody's having. And it's a good party, but it's a party with a purpose. When we raise money, that money goes toward funding our Journey to Success programs. And for the past 2 years, we do it every other year, but the past 2 Valentine's events, we've raised over $115,000. And that money goes, as I say, for our Journey to Success programs. So if you're looking for something to do on Valentine's Day, you could go to a restaurant, but you could also get dressed up and take your wife or your husband down to the Ritz-Carlton and have just a wonderful time, because it is fun. We have an early bird purchase price of $225 per person. That ends the end of this month. After that, it becomes $250. You also have in your packet a sponsorship, some sponsorship information. It's on the right side of your package. And you also have the opportunity to put an ad in the program journal for your businesses. That's in there as well. So those are some ways that we fund our foundation. Now, how can you help? You could either be a part of that, or you could opt to be a part of our Journey to Success programs. Some of the programs that I've mentioned, our summer program, our speaker series, the internship program, those are some other ways that you also can opt to be a part of what we do. I'm being mindful because my wife says, stop, stop, stop. And I haven't stopped doing this because I can't. It's just natural. But I would like to share with you a video. It's a 3-minute video, thanks to Charles. He produced it for us, that I think will give you an idea of the impact that some of our programs have had on youngsters. And it's the kind of thing that we enjoy, and I think most people want to be a part of. So with that, Brett, I'm going to ask, since Mac isn't here and you're the technical wizard,
My name is Dr. Rachel Shelley. I am the proud principal of Booker High School. We are absolutely mesmerized, appreciative, and grateful for our partnership with Boule. While we recognize the importance of the internship, we had no idea how prevalent in real life it was going to be for our students. So having an opportunity where you can take our students and then connect them with real life opportunities via internships in the community, it provides them the necessary skills that they need to practice to make sure that they are college and career ready.
My name is Macy Powell. I'm a junior and I attend Booker High School. My Herald Tribune internship was amazing. I got to meet so many people who taught me about the field. So I wrote for them, which was really cool. I wasn't just getting coffee. I was actually writing for them, and I also got to shadow a couple of photographers and writers, and I went with them, and it was definitely a hands-on experience.
My name is Kevin Beard. I'm a junior at Booker High School. Boule actually gave me the opportunity to do an internship at the Sarasota Police Department, and it was really a cool experience. But at first I thought it would be like, you know, the movies, high-speed chases, but actually I got stuck at the desk here, and stuff like that. But there's still cool experience from that too.
When we first started this concept, this idea, I knew the Boule was looking at an opportunity to support not only Booker High School here in Sarasota, but eventually continue throughout Manatee County. But I had no idea that it was going to be a paid internship for our students. And it's a combination between the employer as well as the Boule. But the experience, the hands-on, real-life experience that our students are receiving, it is unbelievable.
I'm thinking about going into law after school, and they've been mentoring me of what I want to do exactly, because they said that's the best thing to do, know what you want to actually do before you get there.
Boule Foundation is absolutely wonderful. They really cherish their kids, and if you have a problem, they're right there to help you fix it, and they're to make sure that you have the best experience possible and you don't have to worry about anything.
Boule is really there for the youth. It's about educating the young and helping them grow and be successful.
I am convinced this partnership has contributed to our graduation rate and helped to implement our vision of our students graduating college and career ready. We're taking care of the academics, and now with the internships, our students are well on their way to being successful.
As I said, the whole idea behind this was to make it a real work experience. And that's what it has become. I mean, Maisie, for example, has written articles onto her own byline at the Herald Tribune. We had another young lady, Ms. Waiters, wrote another article under her byline. It was about arming teachers. Maisie now is now starting her freshman year. She was our scholarship winner this year, one of them. She's going to Howard University. And Kevin, the young man there, he doesn't look like that anymore. He's taller than I am now. And I had a ride along with him just about 3 or 4 weeks ago. He was brought back to the police department, and he and I went out with the Marine unit. So we were on the Sarasota Bay, and it was quite an experience. But he has grown. He's worked with the finance department at the police department. They love him. I mean, and I'll just share this with you just to show you how important and the impact it can have. When Michelle Renica, the manager of volunteer services at the Sarasota Police Department, signed up the kids, we ask that the kids be put on the payroll so they have an experience of being an employee. Plus, it covers them under workman's comp, both them and the employer. They didn't have bank accounts, and they get paid through direct deposit. So she had to take them to the bank, open a bank account. It was a new experience for them. So that's what I mean about being real life, real world experiences. So those are just some of the things that, that we do, and we hope to have a benefit, we show benefits to the youngsters and eventually to the community that they live in, because we want them to be productive and we want them to be good citizens. So that's what we do, and if there's time, I'll be happy to entertain any questions.
Questions for him?
Yes, sir. Sir, is this high school kids in the program, or is it starting junior high, or?
That's a very good question, because we're working with the University of Florida in the engineering department, and they've asked us to help them with a STEM program at the junior high level. So we're working with Alan Carlson and his team in Sarasota in doing that. So we just had a follow-up meeting with them in the end of June. So, yeah.
And then is this, most that you've been talking about down in Sarasota County, but is this branching now into Manatee County? Is that it?
Yes, it is. In fact, one of my goals, as we have 2-year terms, you guys have 1. But I'm smiling because my term's coming to an end. But to answer your question, yeah, we established, our executive committee established goals, and one of the goals was to move into Manatee, and we started doing that last year. So we were in Booker initially, but now we're also at Southeast High. So Susie's internship, the USF internship, the Boyd Insurance internship are all going to be coming out of Southeast High. And we're working with them now to work on a speaker series to start there.
More questions? Any other questions? All right.
Fine. Thank you guys very much.
Don't go too far, just step right here.
Okay.
So Greg, I know you've probably heard down in Sarasota about this coveted golden rule. It's something very special that we give our speakers, and I want to give you this golden rule to help you measure the future success of success. What is it, the journey to success. There you go.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank
Thanks
you
for moving into
so
Manatee
much.
County. Thank you.
We'll get a picture in a minute.
I will share this with our executive committee and our Boule members.
And if you want to, you can pass it to your next president, too.
Well, it's interesting. I'll be passing him that
The
mallet
gavel,
as
too.
well. Yeah. Thanks again.
Thank you, Greg.
All right, let's give another hand for Greg.
I want to remind everybody, still don't forget to sign up for the Veterans Day program. Don't forget about the Interclub this Friday at Dee's, Thursday at Dee's at 7:15. And keep your eye out on the weather. I don't know what this storm's going to do. Steve Litschauer's not here to give us any updates, but I know the EOC is starting to ramp up and get information out there. So just keep your eye on the weather. Next week, our speaker is going to be Cynthia Saunders, the school superintendent for Manatee District Schools. I hope you enjoyed your afternoon. I hope you enjoyed Greg's talk to us, and we are adjourned.
Thank you.